Living on an island nicknamed the Rock means you're one of two types of people. Either you're a 1930s gangster locked up on the island prison Alcatraz, or you're from Newfoundland. Newfoundland is famous for its rugged landscapes and stony beaches. Rocks are important here. Geologists will tell you that the rocks in Newfoundland are some of the most interesting on the planet, but geologists have famously low standards. What's more important is that I, your faceless voiceover narrator, think that rocks in Newfoundland are interesting. And I do. Every Newfoundlander has at least one special memory or great story or favorite location that has something to do with rocks. Here are some of mine. As a kid, I lived in Shoe Cove, and this rock outcropping was where my sisters and I would go after stocking up on 5-cent candies at the drugstore. We'd climb up, eat our snacks, and scream at passing cars. Thus its nickname, the Screaming Rock. We screamed at cars a lot. Not obscenities or insults or even words. We just screamed. It was something to do. This rock, jutting up out of the water in the local swimming hole, was our designated diving board. Except it was not a board, or remotely board-shaped, and you couldn't dive from it, because the water was so shallow it would break your neck. I have a lot of fond memories of this pond. It was an excellent hangout spot in the summertime. Not that you can tell by these clips. It looks like the kind of place a bunch of teens would get murdered by an angry ghost in a horror movie. The pond also has another rock sticking up out of the water, but no one ever uses that for diving, because that rock sucks. Flat Rock is a small and beautiful fishing village located about 20 minutes from St. John's. It is named for the large, flat rocks in the harbor, which are clearly visible behind this dense curtain of fog. On long car rides into the city, my sisters and I would always make sure to keep an eye out for the waterfalls in Tor Bay. In the summer, I used to imagine sitting under them to cool down during the 5 hours of heat we'd have. In the winter, they freeze in a really beautiful way, which I do not have footage of, but trust me, it is very lovely. I once took an exchange student from Quebec to see these waterfalls, and she made fun of me because she said they were too small to be waterfalls. But last time I checked, the only requirement to be a waterfall is that water falls over it. Caroline! While its neighbor, Middle Cove Beach, is by far more popular, Outer Cove has its own charms and has easy access to a legitimately cool geological feature. The ripples visible in the rock here are a sign that water once passed over them. You can see the same types of ripples on any beach. They occur when the waves push in and out over the sand. These ripples indicate that this cliff was once part of an ancient beach. The waves caused ripples, which then solidified. And over the course of millions of years of seismic activity, what was once a flat horizontal surface was tilted vertically. And so now, you can go to this modern beach and also see an ancient beach. On one side, you can stare out into a cold and endless ocean. From another, you can look down on a pinprick-sized city. There's so much history in this one place. Signal Hill has served as a battlement, an execution site, the location of the first transatlantic wireless signal. You can buy gelato there. Most of the time, we don't think of rocks as anything special. If they're not shiny or valuable, we ignore them. But we all have these seemingly unimportant rocks that are important to us. I invite you to spend a minute thinking about the important rocks in your lives. Have you visited them recently? It might be good for you. Even if you can't see a thing.